welcome back and thanks so much for spending part of your day with me. If you're new here, my name is Amber Michon and I do weekly DIYs, hauls, and other fun things. If you're not new, hey doll, hey! So today's video is another round of fall DIYs. A couple of them can be used year-round for any season. So yeah, I really hope you enjoy it. Give me a big thumbs up if you do, and let's jump right in.
Is this what you want now? Feels like you're looking for something better.
For our first DIY, I'm going to be using these items: a decor block from Dollar Tree, these 2 decor pumpkins, and a wood pumpkin. I'm going to go ahead and start with my decor block first. I painted it white. I did 2 coats of white chalk paint. I lost the footage, so sorry about that. But anyways, then I went ahead and took some of my truffle chalk paint and I distressed the edges. And then I I dry brushed the middle too. I put the mineral chalk paint on there as well. Thought I wanted that, but I didn't like it. So I just went over everything with my truffle color. The next thing I am going to do is remove everything from these pumpkins. The bows, the little sunflower, the other pumpkins on there. It actually kind of was hard for me to rip off this little burlap screen or whatever, but I finally got it off, sanded it down, and then painted the fronts white. The backs are now going to be the front is the back, but yeah, anyways. So for the first pumpkin, I went ahead and used this crystal chalk paint color from Waverly. I absolutely love it. It's like a light blue. And then for the small pumpkin, I'm going to use Harvest Orange, Warm Buff, and Classic Caramel and get me a darker kind of orange color, or even like a peachy color. That's kind of what I was going for. And I actually really like the color that it came out of. And I did 2 coats for that pumpkin. And then I attempted to do some of detailing and streaking to make it look like the shape of a pumpkin on the inside. I'm not very good at this, so I did the best that I could. If you do it, I'm sure it'll look great. I mean, I still like the look of mine, so I'm not too upset or sad about it. It still looks good. But then after I did that, I went ahead and sanded it down just to give it a little bit more light in the middle of the pumpkin. I wanted to highlight it just a little bit more. And then I painted the top stem white. And then for my blue pumpkin, I painted the stem truffle brown. And then for my larger wood pumpkin, I'm going to go ahead and use this black and white buffalo check paper that I picked up from Michael's for about 25 cents and trace that out to get the shape of it and then glue it on the back. I really do not like using Mod Podge. It's so messy and I do it wrong all the time. So I use this glue stick to do that. I got this from Dollar Tree. I also have been using some spray adhesive from Dollar Tree and it works really, really nicely too. I really, really like it. You just have to let it sit to dry. But then I just smoothed out the paper and it looked good. Now I'm going to start arranging my pumpkins on my decor block, but I thought that it was missing something. So I'm taking this farmer's market calendar from Dollar Tree and I took out the page with the red truck on it and I'm cutting out the harvest word. I thought that pumpkins, apples, and hayrides would fit underneath, but it didn't, so I had to just cut that down and then I just glued that to the front of the decor block with my glue stick again as well. Then I went ahead and attached all of my pumpkins on there. You can do whichever order you like. I like the orange one, the smallest one in front, and then to prop them up I used some leftover Jenga blocks or tumbling tower blocks that I had on hand, and I also added some double twine bows to the front of each of them. And I really love how this turned out. I love the contrast of all the colors and the dimension and the 3D look of it. For my next DIY, I'm taking this decorative cake tray as well as this candle holder. I actually got this candle holder from the Goodwill and it cost me $1. Went ahead and spray painted that black and this is what it looks like. Attaching it with some E6000 and hot glue and bam, you have a really cute, very functional tray that is not only works for fall but year round. Next up, I'm taking this blue container, whatever, bucket from Dollar Tree, spray painting that gray. This is what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and take this farmer's market calendar again and took off the pumpkin patch one, but didn't want to put the entire page on there. So I am just going to do the pick your own. And this is where I'm using that adhesive spray. I absolutely love it. And because this, you know, it's a curved bucket, it doesn't go on straight, but I really like the rustic look of it. Then I went ahead and took some twine and wrapped it around the handles and just hot glued them in place. Super easy, but gives it some texture. Then I just filled it up with some pine cones and those velvet pumpkins from Dollar Tree. And I absolutely love this. It's so cute. For my fourth and final DIY, I'm taking a Dollar Tree summer sign, a wood crate, and some pumpkin florals. I'm going to go ahead and cover the front of the sign with some white computer paper because I hate all the glitter. And then I'm going to flip it over and then paint the front of the sign with some white chalk paint. Just got this heat gun in, y'all. You should definitely get it. So that's how I took off the tag and then sanded it down to get a smooth finish. Covered up the holes with some lightweight spackle that I got from Dollar Tree and painted that bad boy with 2 coats of white paint. Once I was done with that, I printed out fresh farm fresh pumpkins. Pick your own. I thought all of this would work on here. If I remember to put the font, I will do it in the description box below. I'm sorry, but I can't promise that. But I just did something that I liked on my computer. And then I just arranged it on the sign the way I thought it would look great. And then just not traced it, but, you know, shaded it on the back because I don't have a Cricut or anything, silhouette, nothing like that. And then gonna go ahead and trace the letters over with my pencil, and wham bam, thank you ma'am. Once I have all that done, this is what it looks like. You can totally see the trace lines on it. It's super easy to get this kind of transfer effect going on. And then all I did was take a few black Sharpies and outline the letters. Now for the first 2 letters, I filled them in. I shouldn't have done that because I really like the outline of what pumpkins look like. But to contrast it, I filled in Farm Fresh and then just left the pumpkins trace or outline. And then I took these leftover wall decals that I had. They have these wheat and like floral whatever. I put those on both sides of the sign just to get some symmetry because, like I said before, I love symmetry in my life. And then just hot glue down the tray. And now I'm going to go ahead and fill this up. Now, at this time, I did not have any Spanish moss or anything, so I just filled it up with a bunch of those wood cuts things or whatever you get during the summertime at Dollar Tree. So then I just put those in there, cut off the leaves, pine cones, and the pumpkins of my florals, and then just arranged it in there. Didn't really care for the look of it, and I have so much boxwood florals on my on hand, so I decided to go with those as well as the 3 dark orange pumpkins, and I really love the look of this. To go ahead and complete my look, I went ahead and took a chunky brush from Dollar Tree, some black acrylic paint, and went ahead and distressed the edges of my sign as well as my crate. And this looks so much better. Distressing a little bit and just doing some dry brushing really brings your piece to life, you guys. I love this because it's just black and white, and then the greenery and the pumpkins just pops. And no matter what color you put in it, it's gonna look so good. Alright dolls, that's all I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Also, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell so you don't miss an upload. Alright, I will see you on the next one. Bye!